It's the 2K Sports Pregame Show, brought to you by Kia.
This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here. Welcome, everybody. We have the great Shaquille O'Neal and the equally great, in some minds, Kenny the Jet Smith. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the Portland Trail Blazers going up against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Checking out Oklahoma City, they lost Game 1 in this matchup earlier this season. They'll see them 4 times in all, looking to even the series with a win tonight. And guys, you'll often hear other guards around the league talk about just how difficult it is to match up against Russell Westbrook. I mean, can you quantify why it's so difficult, Shaq?
Well, he physically punishes smaller players with his strength and speed. He's absolutely fearless and relentless. He's probably the only guard I've seen dunk that thing like he dunked that thing.
Like he really means it.
Yes.
Yeah, Westbrook, there's no way to play him. You can't play off him. You can't defend him. He can take you in the post. His motor is at full throttle all the time.
How's your motor doing right now, big fella?
It's on idle.
Is it? Thanks for the brutal honesty. That wraps it up for us. We'll see you later.
From the plains of Oklahoma, welcome high above downtown Oklahoma City. Live from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, 2K Sports proudly brings you the Thunder at the peak at the Chesapeake Energy Arena. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Brent Barry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge reporting from the sideline. First game of this trip here for the Blazers. They're hoping to start it off with a W. This game, an interesting matchup for them, facing another middle-of-the-pack team. They're looking to take a step forward. This is the type of game that they've got to measure the progress with.
And this is a team they'll see a lot of, 4 times total this season. The first game went their way. We'll see if they can push it to a 2-0 lead tonight.
Yep, a second victory in as many tries would establish a positive pattern for this ball club. Give them a lot of confidence against this team.
And now, before we get to the tip-off, let's find out what Billy Donovan had to share with our David Aldridge. David.
Well, guys, he has an admiration for what he called the intelligent, efficient offense played by today's opponent. He told me that the thing about this team is that they are so good at identifying the weak spots in an opponent, and they come at you in multiple ways depending on where those weak spots are. He said, we've got to be ready for everything. It's a pretty tall order. Guys?
Thanks, David. Brent, as we move to the middle of the season, how do coaches shift in how they prepare for games?
Well, now we're talking about, Kevin, chapter 6, 7, and 8 of the playbook. You're able to go a little bit deeper.
Yes.
You're able to start establishing new sets, and then maybe some of the wrinkles on the old sets that you started the season with. This gives you great confidence and a great challenge mentally for teams to stick with it.
Keeping it fresh for a coach, one of the main things they've got to do during a long season like this.
Well, it really helps the players' mentality to hear different words from the coaches throughout the course of the NBA season.
The starters for the Portland Trail Blazers, Lillard and McCollum, the explosive backcourt pair. Vonleh's out there with Plumlee, and it's Turner in at the small forward. They grabbed their own miss, so the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
That's one of the best ways to keep Plumlee from scoring. Send him to the free throw line. And Mason Plumlee, one of the better finishers in the league, especially when he gets a little room for a launch pad. He gets explosive. His offensive game mostly limited to shots at the rim, so effective on the roll when he does make the screen.
And so he makes both from the line. And Plumlee still developing, Brent, his shooting touch. His free throw percentage, that's another area for improvement.
Yeah, a little in-between jumper for Mason Plumlee wouldn't hurt his offensive repertoire either. He's made impressive strides as a passer, though. That's one thing the coaches have remarked about, inside making decisions for a big man for offensive continuity.
And here is Turner following Russell Westbrook's 3. Plumlee sets the pick for Turner. Pass to McCollum. Shot clock at 5. The dish to Plumlee. The Thunder pull it in. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
And offensively, everything they did seemed to just come together beautifully. They threw a lot of things at the wall, and most of it stuck.
Well, most of what they threw up dropped into the basket. That was the biggest factor. They shot the ball with uncanny accuracy tonight. So perfect to see Russell Westbrook playing for the Thunder because he himself is a force of nature. A couple of seasons ago, he had 3 knee surgeries in less than 1 year. And everyone was worried he might lose some of that explosiveness. Are you sure that's not a bionic knee he's got in there?
And you know, Westbrook, Brent, undaunted by the knee surgeries, and up until that collision with Patrick Beverley, he had never missed a game. High school, college at UCLA, never.
No, and he never missed one of your broadcasts either, Kevin. You remember in 2015, he got kneed in the face and had to have surgery to repair that cheekbone. So he wore that mask in his return, and then he reeled off that amazing string of triple-doubles. I'm not sure he's human. Can we check his blood type?
Now here's Turner. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against Dallas. No good on that one. So the Thunder will take it the other way. Last time against the Trailblazers, they lost in Portland.
Yeah, they were just wrecked last time they faced this team, and a lot of it was their own undoing.
Yeah, those turnovers were inexcusable. So many of their possessions ended with them giving the ball away. It's one thing to make passes, but you need to pass to your own team, not the other one.
The Thunder have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line.
And in terms of team numbers, the free throw percentage is right at 74.
Free throw good, Sabonis. And the Thunder from 2011 to 2014 made the Western Conference Finals twice, as well as the NBA Finals, while still one of the youngest teams in the league. They had, Greg, all the makings of a dynasty.
You felt like they were destined to win a championship and maybe multiple ones. Now you're not so sure. It's a tough business, and being very good often isn't good enough.
I know there are a lot of parts still coming together for the Blazers, but it seems like they may have found something with the pairing of Damian Lillard and C.J. McCollum. What a great backcourt.
Now here's Westbrook after the miss from Mason Plumlee, and stolen by Lillard. Kicks to McCollum. Hits the jumper in space. McCollum's got his first points of the game.
And off the schneid here, 1 of 5, but that's a big one.
And you look at the combination of Lillard and McCollum. Offensively, they are explosive.
Well, I don't think any coach has a problem with having too much scoring or playmaking, especially from the guard position. The question for the Portland Trailblazers as they continue to mature and gain experience is how good and how committed will they be on the defensive end of the floor.
Now here's Lillard. Victor Oladipo unable to get his last shot to go. And he's off on his first shot of the game. Westbrook against Lillard. Double team on Westbrook. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. Just now to take a look at the steal numbers over the last couple months, the scope of that for Lillard.
I feel like he hasn't been paying as much attention to the defensive aspect of the game as he needs to. His steals have dropped over the past few months, and he needs to get back some of that fire on D.
And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Now here's Plumlee. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game.
He can hit from beyond the arc. We saw that from Vonleh in college, now just trying to gain consistency in the pros.
And here's Westbrook following the 3 from Noah Vonleh. For the finish.
Whoa! Saw that.
How's that for a quick possession?
He did not hesitate one bit. Great explosion.
That Kia Slam Cam replay really gave you a good look at the action. Now here's Westbrook. 38 points for him last game against Memphis.
Well, the thing he did most was fluster the defense. I really liked how he showed no fear and constantly attacked the lane and drew contact, which in turn got him the free throws.
Here is Plumlee following the score by Oklahoma City. Shot off the pick. And Portland again with the bucket.
Nice job of using the screen to create some space. McCollum so heady. in that situation.
And Oladipo kicks to Adams. And the pass to Sabonis. Oklahoma City moving it around. Robertson can't hit. Portland leading by 4. Left side, Turner. He feeds it to McCollum. Adams against Plumlee. Back to McCollum. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. And C.J. McCollum, one of the most efficient mid-range jump shooters in the league. It's a shot, Brent, a lot of defenses are willing to live with. And I guess he is too. Yeah, he should be, because he's very, very good at it. He's still developing his ability to finish in the lane, over the top and around bigs, but that mid-range shot, so effective. He comes off a pick, he gets into the lane, and with great timing, can drop it on you. Grant, he's checked in for Oladipo. And so McCollum nails both of them. And the Blazers going a bit younger, kind of revamping on the fly. Brent, do you like what they've done? I really like what they've done, Kevin. And to me, Terry Stotts deserves a lot more credit for sticking with what he established offensively, even with one of the franchise's best players in LaMarcus Aldridge leaving, and the incredible three-point shooting they lost with Wesley Matthews. Terry Stotts stuck to the same offensive system, and I think they've reaped the benefits with Lillard and McCollum. Thunder trailing by 9. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And Westbrook, here we go.
Big athletic guys like Plumlee, hard to get your shot over them before they can get their hands up.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
The Thunder have made 2 and missed 2 at the line tonight. And that one misses.
You always talk about glue guys and guys that do the little things to help their team. Steven Adams is certainly that for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Not a big presence in the box to score, but when you watch him play with his team, he's willing to sacrifice his body, set hard screens, and be a presence on the interior.
Al-Farouq Aminu, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. He hits the second from the line.
Well, Adams has his struggles at the free throw line, but he's making strides in that area and still has work to do.
Outside Turner. McCollum outside. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. And thinking again on Adams, the scoring isn't what makes him valuable, Brandon. It's his defense and his solid screen setting.
Well, I think it's his idea that the role that he has is something that he's very comfortable with, and he wants to be successful at doing it. He doesn't hurt the team by getting out of his comfort zone.
And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
Well, clearly a mistake by the defender. Plumlee's a big guy that you have to wrap up, but if you don't, he can get and ones.
For Portland, they have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one.
And typically a strength of theirs, 79% on the season.
One shot.
One item with Russell Westbrook and the big contract for Enes Kanter. The Thunder without a lot of financial wiggle room right now.
Well, with Westbrook, we've talked about how much on a nightly basis you're going to have a chance to win regular season games. But with the loss of Ibaka and Durant, it opens up a huge opportunity for a big man to step up and contribute. One of the things Billy Donovan has to be proud in what he saw last year was Steven Adams and his progression in the middle. Can Enes Kanter now become that guy to play consistently on the inside for OKC?
Every year they'll always put out an NBA survey of who is the toughest to guard. No surprise, that Russell Westbrook is almost always at the top of the list in those surveys. He just, Greg, strikes fear in opposing defenders.
And Kevin, it's a result of several factors in terms of why he tops that list. He has the game and the body to punish you for all 4 quarters, and he never lets up in his intensity. And also a knack for putting players who are caught sleeping on posters. It is both physically and mentally draining guarding a guy like Westbrook.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Leonard's checked in. Both free throws good from Westbrook. When you look at the Spurs, the Warriors, the Atlanta Hawks, these are offenses that teams want to be like.
Well, anytime that you move the basketball quickly and crisply, Kevin, you're going to move the defenses around. And as soon as those shifts happen, that's where great offenses take advantage of poor positional defense. And with the departure of LaMarcus Aldridge, the Blazers have handed the keys to the franchise over to one Damian Lillard. They've remade their roster with some young talent to complement what it is that he's about as his career moves on.
And here's a look at some numbers for Plumlee. Some impressive play from him over the last month. 9th in blocks. And don't forget, top 20 in the league in rebounds per game. He's got a great nose for the ball.
And Portland has possession. 6-point game. And you look at the free agent acquisitions for the Blazers, a lot of what they call second draft guys, Brent.
Well, a lot of those guys really just needing opportunities, and you have to credit their general manager to watch and scout and see how the fit would be with what Lillard and McCollum are doing on the perimeter. They've done a nice job. Yeah, it's one of those quarters where you're just incredibly frustrated that you did not impact it the way you wanted to. So nothing going right now.
Now here's McCollum. Last game he had 28 points. Unable to get that one. Some solid defense from Grant. To the middle. Here's Sabonis. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Sabonis has got 5. Trailblazers leading by 4. There's a good screen. And Turner kicks to McCollum. Leonard sets a screen for McCollum to the paint. And Leonard gets it to go. And the Trailblazers lead by 6.
Well, you use the mobility and length to your advantage. Leonard right there, an ideal target on the roll.
Plumlee with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Turner's got it. And the basket by McCollum. He's got 11.
I mean, this quarter belongs to him. They got to feed him.
And Adams with the slam.
And really nothing like a good old-fashioned throwdown to get a team going.
And, Greg, they do need to get going. They wouldn't mind, shaving a couple more points off that lead right away.
Yeah, they should bring out a big razor right now, Kevin. A great start, an aggressive move to show they're not going to lay down.
And that one's good. Leonard.
It's been a progression. Over the first couple seasons, less than 10% of Leonard's shots were from behind the arc. Now that number is creeping up to 40 or 50%.
Here's Sabonis. He's got 5. Westbrook kicks to Roberson. Knocks down the 3 ball. Roberson's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Tit for tat right there, huh, guys?
Well, we have mad bombers on both of these teams, each one bringing it from the depths.
Now here's Plumlee. He's got 5. McCollum up top. And again, it's Portland converting.
Well, he is a huge reason why they have this lead.
Thunder trailing by 8. Outside Westbrook. From 11 feet away. And that one hits back iron.
Yeah, so far he has not had his usual effort in this one, and it's really hurting the team.
McCollum, no good.
Well, he could not have been any more wide open, guys. Wow, I bet he nails that shot next time he gets a clean look.
Westbrook, no good. Trailblazers leading by 8. And Aminu kicks to Plumlee. And it's slammed in by Plumlee.
They couldn't have dreamed of a much better start here than they've had today.
Just completely in rhythm, really from the opening tip, and they continue to pile up the points.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder. For the Thunder, Laverne, he's checked in for Sabonis. For Andre Robertson. And Cameron Payne subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Portland also making some changes. Maurice Harkless is checked in for Plumlee. And it's Alan Crabb in for Evan Turner. On defense, Portland. 10-point lead. Screen by Grant. Down low. Got a piece of it. Harkless with the steal. 3-on-3. Aminu, no one around him. And Portland again with the bucket.
You could not diagram a better way to open a quarter.
Yeah, not only have they been the aggressors, their early execution has been off the charts.
And so it's Oklahoma City with it. Here's the screen. Adams dishes to Payne. Just 4 to shoot. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Expanding his range. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
Well, Coach Terry Stotts was on the staff back in 2011 when the Dallas Mavericks won the NBA title. Before that, head coaching stints both in Atlanta and Milwaukee, just getting better and better, and you can see the way his teams respond to his coaching ability.
Crabb, and another 3 for Portland.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Payne passes to Abrinas. Shot to stop the run. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. And Terry Stotts, a Coach of the Year candidate for the last few seasons, the head man up in Portland. You see a lot of coaching turnover in the league, but he's built some equity in Portland with the Blazers.
Well, not only did he have success with a team that a lot of people thought was going to be together for a long time, a radical shift in their player personnel you would think would take a coach out of their situation. It didn't. It actually reinforced how good a coach Terry Stotts is, and it'll be interesting to see how far he can push these guys with Lillard and McCollum in that backcourt.
Yeah, and that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Adams outside. And 1:01 left to play in the first quarter. The Thunder have gone 5 of 8 from the charity stripe here tonight. That's good from Payne. Payne hits them both.
Surveying the Thunder roster here, and a lot of the players on it were their own draft picks. They've done a great job of identifying some talent late in rounds in the draft. Found a good amount of rotation players even when they were going deep into the playoffs.
There's the pick. Leonard kicks to McCollum. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. And that's 18 points for C.J. McCollum.
I mean, this quarter belongs to him. They got to feed him.
And it's Laverne missing. And for the Thunder and their draft success, Brent, it's so important as they aren't usually big players in free agency.
Well, that's a tip of the cap you have to give to their general manager to continue to seek out players that are going to complement the team. Just invaluable.
Here's Payne. Following the basket by C.J. McCollum. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Screen by Adams. Now here's Payne. He's guarded by Cram. Payne's shot is good.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
And the three ball is good.
Well, you got to recognize how dangerous a scorer this young player is. McCollum gets in rhythm and stays there.
And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. Trailblazers out in front, up 19. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And Russell Westbrook, a guy who has faced some criticism, but also a guy who is extremely critical of himself.
It's tough, and I'm still learning every night to be able to come out, to know when to score, to know when to pass, to know when to be aggressive, to know when to slow down. It can be tough at times because I want to do so well, and I want my teammates to do so well, and I want to win so bad.
Well, you have to love the competitive attitude, the desire to be great, not just for himself, but for his teammates, too.
And the emphasis on winning. That's why so many people in the league feel that it's just a matter of time before Westbrook puts those finishing touches on his game.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And, guys, the Trailblazers enjoying a nice lead here.
They've come out the gates here strong and put together just a solid first quarter.
Well, they've carved out a nice little advantage here, really by dictating the pace early on.
Here are the five Portland has to start the second quarter. Damian Lillard out there with Allen Crabbe. Then there's Myers Leonard. Then there's Mo Harkless. And it's Aminu in at the 4 slot. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, we know that the Thunder hired Billy Donovan as its new head coach. In his 2 decades at the University of Florida, he led them to 2 national titles with players like Al Horford and Joakim Noah. A defensive-minded coach, he's developed into a great offensive mind. And fellas, that's what he's trying to bring to OKC, moving the floor, as he calls it, creating space for their great scorers to operate.
Ball movement, player movement, that's where the league is going, D.A. Thanks.
Excellent anticipation from Laverne with the block. He constantly sends back shots with some velocity.
Passes it to Abrinas, and he lays it straight in. Abrinas has got the opening field goal of the second quarter for the Thunder.
Well, he really can time those perfectly. What an assist.
Crabbe kicks to Leonard. Back to Crabbe. Floats one up. The shot, no good. So the Thunder will take it the other way. Following this game, they'll hit the road to challenge the Pacers at Pacers Arena in Indianapolis. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them. Oladipo misses. Portland leading by 17. Pass to Harkless. Laverne grabs the miss.
Well, you have to give a ton of credit to the defense for arriving just in time and altering that shot away from the basket.
Back to Payne. Dishes it to Laverne. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Abrinas. The three-pointer off the mark. Portland's gotten 2/3 of their three-pointers to fall tonight. They're 6 of 9 overall. Aminu dishes to Lillard. Back to Aminu. Crabbe with the ball. He kicks it to Lillard. From deep. Up and in. Off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
We'll bring you on titles in San Antonio. They led the way, but it seems like nowadays smaller market teams are becoming just as competitive as the ones in big cities.
Well, I think for guys, they understand watching these small market teams over the course of the last 10, even 15 years, seeing the success that the teams are having not only on the floor winning championships, but individually where these players show up. They're showing up in commercials. They've got their shoe deals. So the idea of the mass market has gone away. You can have the same kind of exposure, Kevin, as long as you're on one of those 30 NBA teams. They're going to find you.
So much is on TV. You talked about this before. So much is online. Every game is seen. Every player is talked about.
Yeah, there's no way that you can hide from that kind of exposure. So guys who are looking at teams in the future of where it is that they'd like to play the game, big cities really aren't mattering as much to them anymore.
So for the Trailblazers, Mason Plumlee's checked in for Myers Leonard, and it's Noah Vonleh in for Harkless. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter.
Well, he's not a polished post player by any means, but he must finish those looks in tight.
Lillard, the pass to Vonleh. Launches a three, and Damian Lillard with the bucket on the assist by Vonleh. 8 points for Damian Lillard.
Well, a good first quarter, good second. This could be a big night.
Westbrook against Lillard. Westbrook with the bucket. Westbrook's got 11 points.
Well, Westbrook came off of that pick and roll with good intentions and got a good result.
And Aminu kicks to Plumlee. Takes it from 10, and it's blocked. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will retain possession. Turner's checked in for Al-Farouq Aminu. Now off the inbound. Out of bounds. Trailblazers ball as Portland keeps possession. And a chance to now check out the scoring distribution between the front court and the back court players tonight for Oklahoma City.
And their guards really have done what they could to keep it close. What little offense they've been able to generate has come from the backcourt. They just need a little more balance.
And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Here's Turner. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Lillard. And it's Lillard again missing.
He looked like he was in rhythm to shoot that one, guys, especially as open as he was. Just clanged it.
And he gets it to go.
And that's what we mean by combo guard skills right there. Kept his head up and found the open man.
Feeds it to Plumlee. Turner with a screen for Plumlee. Shoots from the corner. Shot's good by Turner.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
To the paint. Here's Laverne. And Laverne throws it down.
Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it? Here is Lillard. He's coming off a 13-point game against Dallas.
Well, he also chipped in on the glass. He was a force to be reckoned with, and that made a big difference.
To the paint, and stolen by Vonleh. Unloads. Sabonis grabs the board. Thunder trailing by 19. Westbrook kicks to Roberson. There's the pick. Pass to Sabonis. The feed to Laverne. From the arc. Good on the three-point shot. Laverne's got 5 points now this quarter.
And the three-point shot is money from Laverne. Can't let him get a clean look from there.
Westbrook against Lillard. With the floater. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And you look back, and some players haven't really loved playing in the Northwest. You might include LaMarcus Aldridge in that category. But Damian Lillard, well, Lillard certainly has embraced it.
Well, if it couldn't be Oakland for the hometown Warriors, Damian Lillard enjoying his time in the Pacific Northwest. He seems like one of those guys just not drawn to the bright lights and glitz and glamour of the league. He wants to get down to business and get to work. Plays with a chip on his shoulder coming out of Weber State. And he doesn't mind that small town atmosphere and those incredible fans the Blazers have had for years.
And both free throws good for Damian Lillard.
And he's great getting to the free throw line, but Lillard also typically does something with the opportunity. High percentage shooter.
And clearly Billy Donovan wants to talk it over.
And embracing his role as the Blazers' foundation moving forward, Damian Lillard has the skill and the character to take that role. He's a lead by example type of guy, but he's got a quiet confidence and he's inclusive of his teammates. That's what makes him special.
Already it's February. Hard to believe. Let's see how the West is matching up. Taking a look at Oklahoma City. They're 7th right now. Not a bad spot, but certainly they'd like to string together a run of wins. And, of course, Portland, they're back in the 9th position.
And I think for Oklahoma City, they've basically lived up to the expectations so far this season. And that's not really good news for their fan base because those expectations only had them on the brink of the playoffs.
Unfortunately, those expectations were right on the money. They just weren't ready to join that elite group of teams at the top of this league. And they're still in the playoff picture, and we all know anything can happen in the postseason.
And, Brent, when you look at Damian Lillard, does he remind you of former Finals MVP Chauncey Billups, even just a bit?
I don't know if that's a good comparison just in terms of the physical presence that Chauncey was, but in terms of leading a team and having a commanding presence, boy, Damian Lillard, one of the finer ones in the league.
Here's Laverne. Portland grabs the miss. They come into this one following the loss to the Mavericks.
And, boy, that was a tough one to lose, guys. But they played well throughout that game, just unable to convert down the stretch.
Completely agree. It was a good game for them despite their result. Their effort level turned up a notch, and several players had big games for them. It just didn't go their way.
And they forced the shot clock violation. Great D. And let's go to a rundown of the best point guards from the free throw line over the course of the last month. Here is your 2K leaderboard. Damian Lillard, 3rd.
They are as reliable at the free throw line as you're going to find in this league. And that's something we've come to expect from the point guard position.
Well, you look back at the NBA's free throw percentage leaders over the years, and so many of them have played the point guard position, mostly because they do a great job of penetrating, getting into the lane, and consistently draw fouls. So the more you take, the more you make.
Westbrook, no good.
Well, after getting off to a great start, hitting those first 2 shots, he's definitely regressed a little bit in this quarter. He's been precise on offense. I don't think he's made one mistake on that end of the floor so far.
Down low, Plumlee with the steal. That's a 2 from Lillard. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Laverne's got 4 rebounds in this game. To the paint, here's Sabonis. Sabonis, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
His shooting percentage is really outstanding tonight, and his team has needed it big time.
Plumlee with the screen. Poked away. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Westbrook kicks to Laverne. Plumlee with some nice D.
Well, he has more than enough strength to fight through the D and convert that one. I'm surprised he came up short there.
The floater. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Sabonis has got his 3rd rebound tonight.
Man, just imagine how much they'd be up by, guys, if his shot was going in.
Oladipo sets the screen for Westbrook. 6 on the shot clock. There's the pass to Sabonis. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Sabonis has got 12.
Well, improving as a setup man every year, Westbrook could become one of those guys, dare I say, double-digit assists every season?
Over in the corner, Turner. Plumlee with the screen. And Turner kicks to Plumlee. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And Mason Plumlee, 6'11", very athletic, but despite that, he's not a big-time rim protector.
No, but he is very mobile, and if he can get his body in front of guys who are attacking the rim, he can certainly be a disturbance in there. You ask the scouts, he's improved quite a bit defensively over the past couple seasons.
And when you think of the Blazers' history, Brent, this is a team with a somewhat star-crossed history when it comes to injuries.
Yeah, I remember in the early part of the 2000s, Kevin, how the Portland Trail Blazers were the most feared team. There were championship aspirations at that time. But it's been 10 years now, and maybe some of that bad luck that's always surrounded Portland has worn off.
Second free throw, no good.
Well, a former 5-star recruit won a championship in college. Plumlee still finding his way a little bit here in the pros.
Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Chalk up 2 there. He's got 7.
And maybe a little disengaged in the first quarter. Ball didn't come his way. He's really provided some scoring in the second quarter of action.
Now Lillard, 15 points in the game. 20 feet out. No good off the front iron. Thunder trailing by 17. Abrinas the pass to Adams. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Outside Turner. Back to McCollum. He dishes it to Turner. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And the rejection by Leonard. And Lillard kicks to Turner. Back to Lillard. The 3. Lillard again missing.
And that's playing into the hands of the defense right there.
Great effort to go out and challenge that shot. Hard to stay cool under that kind of pressure.
Westbrook, no good. Westbrook with the steal. Drains it from beyond the arc. Westbrook's got 14 points for the game.
First 3 of the quarter and 3rd overall, guys. The defense might want to step up just a little bit on him from this point on.
Leonard kicks to Turner. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The 3 from McCollum. Second shot opportunity. Kicks it out to Lillard. Now the dish to McCollum. Outside Turner. McCollum with the ball. Westbrook picks him up. Passes to Abrinas. That's tipped. Back to Westbrook. The 3. Not going to go that time. And the Trailblazers going the other way. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. They can look forward to the American Airlines Center after this game. They'll match up against Dallas. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip. Good. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. And the Thunder with some changes. Jeremy Grant comes in for Laverne. And Cameron Payne subbed in for Roberson. Maurice Harkless is checked in for Portland. Aminu comes in for Evan Turner.
Well, his body control is phenomenal, and his ability to get to the line has always been impressive. That's a huge part of his game.
Payne with a screen for Westbrook. Kicks to Payne. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
That's good from Payne. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. Trailblazers leading by 14. And Aminu kicks to McCollum. We've got 13 seconds left in the first half of the game. Here's Aminu. The layup missed. The 3-ball. That shot no good. So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Trailblazers lead by 14. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. Here with Coach Terry Stotts. Coach, they've been shooting poorly. Is that good defense or bad offense?
Probably a little bit of both. I think we're competing defensively, and they've missed some opportunities.
It's led to good results for you, though. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, folks. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. This is the halftime show on 2K Sports. C.J. McCollum was on fire in the first half. He had 23 points and 2 assists. The first 2 quarters tonight looked a lot like what we saw from him in his last game. What'd you think about Portland, Kenny?
What a brilliant, unselfish half of basketball they just played. Their ball movement was absolutely impeccable. All in all, just beautiful basketball to watch.
And now, Shaq, let's get your opinion on Oklahoma City.
They were not running an efficient offense. The shot selection has to improve. It's as simple as that. Too many guys working as individuals, not as a team. They need to work as a unit, Ernie. Move the ball.
So that'll do it for now as we send you courtside with Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K crew for the start of the second half.
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. You know, C.J. McCollum has been exceptional here, guys.
I know we've said this many times before, but what a great first half. Just an offensive juggernaut.
Well, none of the defenders can stay with him in one-on-one situations. Even the team defense breaks down if he's in attack mode.
Portland leading by 14. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. So for Oklahoma City right now, Westbrook and Oladipo, the athletic backcourt duo. Steven Adams is out there with Sabonis. And it's Roberson in at the small forward position.
Well, he's edge-of-your-seat material out in transition. Westbrook is equally adept at pulling up for the shot or taking it to the rack.
Plumlee with a screen on Westbrook. Three-pointer, Lillard. It's hauled in by Adams. The Thunder shooting not great, 40% for the game. Westbrook against Lillard. Sabonis, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. Brent, when you played, you were known for your passing a point forward. Much of the time, it seems that ball movement has really become paramount for the best offenses in the NBA. Would you agree?
I absolutely agree, and I love the fact that you would classify me as a forward.
You could play
forward,
any position.
Guard, wing,
you could play
wing.
4 positions.
It's a positionless game nowadays,
and
Kevin.
you were
I don't know if you've read articles.
And you were positionless in so many ways.
Sometimes,
honestly.
Sometimes the coach positioned me on the bench.
Unjustly.
You see Billy Donovan out there on the sidelines, and you can't help but to think of all the success he's had as a coach already. Back-to-back titles in college, essentially built that Florida basketball program into a powerhouse. He's hoping that he can bring some of that success translated to the NBA and get himself in title contending position.
And he sinks the second. And for Billy Donovan, I think that's one of the bigger reasons why he made the jump from college to the pros, Brent. He had nothing left to prove.
Well, one of the reasons why he decided to leave Florida as well, Kevin, was the fact that he really enjoyed the culture of what it is that Oklahoma City represented. There's no reason for Billy Donovan to leave that university unless he felt like the opportunity in front of him had a lot of boxes checked, and OKC did that.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
With the departure of LaMarcus Aldridge to San Antonio, there's no question who Portland's franchise player is now. It's Damian Lillard, who said, "I am." People say he's not a franchise player, but I didn't make that decision. The franchise did. It's more than being the best player, especially with a young team. You're the example, and the standard is here. Kevin, he doesn't shy away from that responsibility.
No, he's built for it, D.A. Thanks.
The two things I love about C.J. McCollum is his size and his pace of play. A great shooter with good range. He can handle the ball, so at times when you want Lillard off the ball, C.J. McCollum becomes your point guard. And I'll tell you what, at 6'4", he never plays panicked, whether he's at the 1 or the 2.
Good on both. And when you talk, Brent, about McCollum's 6'4" stature, the questions seem to arise for him at the defensive end of the floor.
Yeah, I don't know if he's undersized at 6'4" for a shooting guard, but he is a bit of a tweener and has that slight frame. But he has shown, as much as he brings to the table offensively, he can use that acumen on defense and improve on that end of the floor.
And watching Adams go to work out there, he is a bit of an old school big man in the sense that, Brent, he'll throw his weight around and look to intimidate the other team.
Yeah, Adams willing to take on that role, take the punches and take the hits for the rest of his team. And it goes along with his great defensive instincts, I think. His activity down low, certainly a big help for this team's defense.
And so Adams nails both of them. Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. They set the pick. Lillard from outside. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Vonleh's got 5.
This is a kid who loves to play. Vonleh working hard on the offensive boards, then going into a myriad of moves that he's been developing for the score.
Tipped away, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lillard. And a look now at the various locations of the shots taken so far.
Well, when you have a whole team that is locked in, this is what your shot chart looks like. They are moving the ball well and taking shots with confidence. When this team comes out and is knocking it down from all over like they are right now, they are one of the toughest in the league to beat.
2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. The 9-foot shot.
The aggressiveness from McCollum there was nice. Not known as a big-time defender, but anticipating where he needed to be, and that affected the shot.
The shot's good from Plumlee.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Westbrook against Lillard. Westbrook drives in. Got it from 16 feet. Westbrook's got 4 points now in the quarter.
He's one of those guys the defense always has to watch out for. Burned him there.
There's a screen. That's a 2 from Lillard. Lillard again missing. Thunder trailing by 15. Robertson dishes to Adams. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Shot is good off the back rim and in. And that's now 20 points for Damian Lillard.
The ability to stop there and pull up from any distance. That's why Lillard's defenders have sleepless nights.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. And now on our rookie leaderboard, who are the rookies grabbing the most rebounds in the NBA right now? Let's take a look. You take a look at Sabonis, third in rebounding, and what a physical presence inside.
And you know, rebounding was a skill that I thought would translate to the NBA for him. We knew he could board with the best of them, and he has not disappointed.
To the inside, and stolen by Lillard. Here's the floater. Got a piece of it, but they'll get another chance. He feeds it to Turner. Plumlee with the screen. Plumlee sets the pick for Turner. Back to Lillard from the arc. Sabonis grabs the board. Sabonis has got 5 rebounds tonight. Out to the wing. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. The wide open look here for Oladipo. It's good from long range. Oladipo's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Now here's McCollum. 25 points in the game. Three-pointer, Lillard. The putback. Sabonis grabs the board. Thunder trailing by 14. Here's Roberson. Pass to Adams. And the layup's good off the glass. Adams has got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, Adams doesn't get his number called offensively all that often, but when he does, he can show you what he's capable of doing.
Here's Lillard. Westbrook pulls it in. Westbrook's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Down low. McCollum with the ball. He seems to always be finding ways to score, averaging around 23.5 points a game. Lillard with no one around. And it's Lillard again missing.
And he has been ice cold from beyond the arc here since halftime, and he continues yet to fire away. He has got to tone it down if he wants to help his team.
And here's Westbrook from the arc. Portland grabs the miss. Plumlee's got his 5th rebound in this one. Outside Turner. Over in the corner, Lillard. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
Yeah, Lillard is fearless, able to take that hit and calmly knock one down and one.
Laverne, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Portland also making some changes. Aminu comes in for Plumlee, and Krebs subbed in for Evan Turner. Thunder trailing by 15. Oladipo outside. Dishes to Westbrook. Accurate with the jumper from the elbow. Westbrook's got 20. Here's Lillard. 23 points in the game. Inside. Here's Vonleh. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Vonleh's got 4 points now in the quarter. Lillard against Westbrook. The baseline J. Here's Adams. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Well, love the aggressive play here from Adams. He gets the shot he wants, and now another opportunity to challenge himself at the free throw line.
3 trips to the line so far for him in this one. Free throw good, Adams.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
Grant, he's checked in for the Thunder. Cameron Payne comes in for Russell Westbrook. And then for the Trailblazers, Myers Leonard, he's checked in for Vonleh. And Maurice Harkless subbed in for Damian Lillard. And so Adams nails both of them. When you look at the growth of the game internationally, you have some that say the system of development is better abroad in Europe than other countries. What do you think?
Well, the club system, Kevin, over there, and having a player involved at the age of 12 years old all the way up to 20 years old, playing with your same countrymen, being pushed around by professionals, getting professional coaching, and the type of practice regimen that they have. Most of the time, 2-a-days practice for most of the season, that's going to get you in pretty good shape and teach you the fundamentals of the game.
And a lot of those fundamentals, a lot of those practices were established by former coaches from this country that would go over there and hold these summer camps.
That's right. A lot of them implemented what they learned from the coaches from the United States and then took them to the next level. And again, a lot of those coaches who travel from the United States to Europe really were instrumental in what it is that has now become the European development of basketball.
And here's Oladipo. He's been a factor in their offense on most nights with his scoring average at nearly 16 points a game. Here's Payne. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. Portland leading by 18. McCollum with the ball. Now defended by Oladipo. Here's Crabbe. And a miss there on the triple. Thunder have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the third quarter got underway. Oladipo outside. Adams sets the pick for Oladipo. Grant kicks to Laverne. Sinks it from just inside the baseline. Laverne's got 9. They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
And guys, shot A comes to mind for me because right now that offense, it's a smooth operator.
Back to Crabbe. To the wing on the left. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. 6 to shoot. Shoots from 12. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Oladipo, good.
I like seeing Oladipo around the rim using the lift inside.
You know, Brent, when you take a look at the fit for Oklahoma City with Russell Westbrook and Victor Oladipo, that might be the most athletic backcourt tandem in the NBA.
Well, you'd be hard-pressed in the Western Conference to find a backcourt that has this kind of athleticism. McCollum and Lillard in Portland, that's one way to go. Steph and Clay in Golden State, that's another. But sheer athleticism right here in OKC, they may be tops.
Here's Laverne. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Now Aminu. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Leonard sets a screen for Aminu. He kicks it to McCollum. Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper. McCollum's got 9 points here in the second half. Thunder trailing by 19. Oladipo outside. They set the pick. Feeds it to Grant. Pass to Payne. Oladipo outside. He dishes it to Adams. Here's the three. That one's not going to go. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. And the basket by McCollum.
You see the defense looking around as if somebody else has the problem? They collectively do. This guy's on fire.
Oladipo left side to the middle. Here's Adams. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It goes on C.J. McCollum.
Well, he's such a big guy, Adams, but he does move quite well, and that helps his ability to get to the free throw line.
Two shots.
That free throw, no good. Abrinas is checked in for Oladipo. And he's good on the second. Trailblazers leading by 20. The feed now to Leonard. Makes it off the glass. Leonard's got 7 points.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
1:41 left to play here in the third. Laverne passes to Payne. Back to Laverne. This one for three. It's rebounded by Leonard. Leonard's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. The shot by Harkless, no good.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
And even though he's been on a roll tonight, that one was a bit forced.
They get it back. The Trailblazers shooting here about 46% for the game. Grab, dishes to McCollum. Leonard on the wing. Lets the three fly. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Abrinas has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. It's his first trip to the line. And the first one drops. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Trailblazers leading by 20. Now here's Cramp. There's the screen. 34 seconds left in the third quarter. McCollum outside. 4 on the clock. Portland again missing. Oklahoma City's gotten 1 of 6 three-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime. Stolen by McCollum. And the pass to Harkless. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. This is his first free throw of the game.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like. And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. There's 14 seconds left in the third quarter. The dish now to Payne. Here's Abrinas. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. It's the Trailblazers running away with it. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. Terry Stotts had some advice for his team. Let's hear what he had to say.
Hey, good rhythm to the game at both ends. Get the ball moving down there. Good screens, good decisions, all right? Make sure we come up with the rebound.
And Terry Stotts likes what he's seeing overall, just wants to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Yeah, I think as long as they keep working together and take care of the little things, they're going to be poised to do more damage.
And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. And on the floor for Portland here in the fourth, McCollum and Aminu are out on the perimeter. Harkless is out there with Myers Leonard, and it's Lillard in at the 1. Screen by Grant. To the middle, off the pick. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Well, Commissioner Adam Silver mentioned at some point they'll look at potentially expanding the NBA draft to 3 rounds. It's been that before in 1988. Used to be, what, 6-7 rounds?
That's correct.
A long time ago, Brent. Should the league go back to a 3-round draft?
Why not?
But how about some of these names deep in the second round? These are kids that get cut immediately.
Well, you don't have to watch it, Kevin, but it'd be good for the league
but
to
we
have
love
3
the
rounds.
league, so of course you watch it.
Yeah, and you know, you think about the hundreds of potential players that can make the NBA, certainly be on a summer league roster so that the teams can evaluate them over the next 3 months before the NBA season gets started. So why not 3 rounds?
Turner's checked in for Maurice Harkless. And Grant drops them both. Portland with the ball. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. McCollum outside. Back to Lillard. Over in the corner, Turner. To the middle, here's Leonard, and the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
And still trying to polish this side of his game up. Leonard looking very comfortable on that move. Well, Myers Leonard, drafted out of Illinois. You saw a young, bouncy 7'1" big man, and everyone had him penciled in at the center position. He's proven to be much more comfortable playing on the perimeter as a stretch big, and his three-point shooting, when confident, is a great weapon.
To the inside, Leonard with the steal. Westbrook against Lillard. Looking for Aminu. He gets it there. Outside Leonard. It's Lillard, top of the key. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Sabonis has got his 7th rebound here tonight. And you look at that release of Myers Leonard, a little methodical, not exactly a textbook motion, but Brent, it goes in.
Well, here's the thing, Kevin. If a center's guarding you, there's going to be plenty of space and time for you to load up from the three-point line. More than half of his shots coming from three-point range.
Lillard outside. Clock at 6. For 3. Portland again missing.
Well, a fast start in the first half. Looks like he's playing the second half in the mud.
And Al-Farouq Aminu gets the whistle that time. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. And Portland making a change here. Plumlee's checked in. Westbrook with it. Lillard picks him up. Westbrook against Lillard. Pulls up on the wing. And the shot is long. Portland leading by 23. You know, Brent, injury is a part of the game, but the league is being proactive, creating research partnerships with major medical companies to look at reducing stress-related tendon issues, concussion research, all of it being, I think, now looked at by the NBA and the medical side of the league.
I love the fact, Kevin, that they're using modern-day technology, not just after it is that an athlete gets injured in order to perform a procedure medically to get him back on the floor sooner. Really what NBA teams are investing in is preventative medicine, being able to gauge what it is that players are putting themselves through, the stresses on their body, both mentally and physically, and being ahead of the curve with regards to making sure they prevent these injuries from even happening in the first place.
The science is amazing, isn't it?
Well, I was more of a math student, but yes, science is amazing, Kevin.
Vonleh's checked in for the Trailblazers. Free throw good. Damian Lillard. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Here's Westbrook, and finished off by Westbrook.
Well, just another foray into the paint by Westbrook. There's way too much speed to keep up with him.
Outside Turner. Plumlee with the screen. Here's Turner. To the wing on the left. And Plumlee kicks to Turner. Just 5 to shoot. Shoots off the screen. He gets it in there.
An open jump shot there, and their D not putting up any resistance today.
Lillard against Westbrook. Passes to Sabonis. From outside, off the mark.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Lillard from outside drills the three-pointer. Lillard's got 29 in the game.
There you go. That's the stroke we saw in the first half.
Westbrook kicks to Roberson. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two. Well, you talk about potential. Noah Vonleh certainly intrigues.
Well, you look at tools, a 7'4" wingspan, and the second biggest hands ever measured at the combine. You add his mobility, lateral quickness. He just needs some time. Once he gets time, he'll get confidence, and we'll see Noah Vonleh do some things in this league.
And the first one drops. You look at the elite players in the NBA, a much more tight-knit bunch than maybe in decades past. Brent, not as much animosity as we used to see between players on different teams. Do you agree with that? And maybe more importantly, why is it different now than it was then?
We always talk about the AAU programs and what it is that these elite players are offered up in terms of their early stages of development, Kevin. When you're in 6th grade and you know somebody from D.C. is friends with somebody in Oakland because they get to see one another throughout the course of the AAU programs over the summer and where these tournaments are held, it's understandable that the elite players in the NBA are going to have relationships that exist before they get there. So I don't have any problem with it whatsoever.
And Singler kicks to Westbrook. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. The Trailblazers have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Pass to Davis. Here's Napier. Stolen by Westbrook. Takes it from 10.
And they are making it look easy at the free throw line here in the second half.
And for a long time, the word on Ed Davis was that he had a center's game and a power forward's body. Brent, as he's added muscle, he's a pretty good fit in the middle.
Well, he can block shots and he can get some steals, and he's really upped his rebounding over the last few seasons. He gets it done on both ends, Kevin, and if you look at the numbers, he's one of the more effective centers in the league.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Adams, he's checked in for Collison. Sabonis comes in for Houston, and it's Victor Oladipo in for Kyle Singler. Both good from the line that time. And a rule change last season, Brent, in college basketball, allowing players longer to decide whether to go pro and even enable them to declare and then change their minds. I personally like that rule. What do you think?
I enjoyed that rule as well, Kevin. I mean, you're 18 years old, 19 years old, and you decide to do something and you can't take it back. I don't think that's a good lesson to teach the youth of America, and so I'm with the rule. I think one interesting thing that we could also look at is if a player comes out for the NBA draft and gets drafted and then wants to go back to school for another year with the team holding that player's rights.
We've seen that before. In the old days, we
absolutely.
saw that.
Larry Bird is probably the guy we all point to,
Yes.
going back and playing his final year at Indiana State and then joining the Boston Celtics. That is something that I think the league is going to think about once again and maybe implement for the collegiate player.
Lillard, the pass to McCollum. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Lillard's got 5 assists in the game.
Having a lot of trouble stopping the three-point shot.
Sabonis, and it's sent back by Plumlee. Inside, it's tipped. Vonleh dishes to Lillard. Here's Aminu. Off target from three-point range.
Yeah, I know the shot's been off just a smidge tonight, but he's contributed in other ways to help his team have the lead in this game so far. You know, he has single-handedly helped them carve into this lead thanks to his scoring in the quarter.
Plumlee with the screen. McCollum outside. And the foul on Victor Oladipo. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
And that's number 4, definitely something to keep track of as we move forward.
It's stolen by Oladipo.
Yeah, I guess when you're up this big, you can afford to get a little sloppy.
Here's the 3. Offensive rebound.
A big guy with a motor is such a luxury in this league. Adams right there showing up big on the offensive glass, and then he converts.
Here's Vonleh. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Well, you put young guys and potential always next to one another, and that's where Noah Vonleh is right now. Pretty easy to see why he was sought after in the draft. With a great defensive upside, he's got the ability to affect the game in a lot of ways, still growing and still learning.
And after one season at Indiana with the Hoosiers, Noah Vonleh, drafted by Charlotte, but acquired by Portland in a trade for Nicholas Batum.
He's shown some flashes here in the NBA, even out to the three-point line. He's an intriguing player to watch develop over the next couple seasons.
We've heard a lot of talk around the league about the strain of the regular season, Brent. 82 games, putting a strain with the back-to-backs, the 4 games in 5 nights.
I'm getting tired of you just talking about it, Kevin.
I'm tired of saying it.
I'm exhausted.
So what's the solution?
I really think that the preseason only needs to be 4 games. You could also do something, Kevin, with regards to training camp where you'd have players in their first through 4 seasons come in for 10 days prior to the veterans coming into camp, the 4 preseason games, and then you're ready to go. So the NBA now, with their 22 affiliations with NBA D-League teams, have the opportunity for those guys to get in shape and learn the system going in between the big ball club and the D-League. But I think a shorter preseason schedule is on the horizon.
Excellent thoughts. McCollum outside. It's stolen by Oladipo. Pass to Sabonis. 14 feet away. Got it. Number 7 on the night. 7 for 11 from the floor.
Just couldn't get a hand in the face on that one.
And this is where genetics may come into play, using that height, especially to get off the mid-range jumper.
Plumlee with the screen. McCollum against Oladipo. 6 on the shot clock. 3-pointer, Lillard. And he's good on the 3-ball. Lillard's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Solid fundamentals there from Plumlee, looking to set a rock-hard screen to spring open a teammate.
Here's Westbrook. It doesn't go for him. Plumlee with some nice D. And Aminu kicks to McCollum. Back to Aminu. Plumlee with the screen. Plumlee sets the pick for Aminu. McCollum outside. Shot from the low block. Sabonis grabs the board. Oklahoma City's gone into a funk from downtown in the 4th. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket.
Just a little bit off in the first, but he's been anything but that here in the second quarter. Really impressive to see him turn it around like that.
Aminu with a screen from McCollum. And with the rise of advanced stats, the big movement in the league, we've seen a bit of a backlash from the traditionalists and the scouts. We saw it in baseball. We're seeing it in the NBA. They say you have to watch the game to understand it. You can't boil it down to just numbers. But I think what you've always said is they can all work hand in hand.
The numbers are interesting, Kevin, and obviously if there's some way that you can combine what it is that you see and backed up by the statistics, it'd be silly to think that you could get more information and that in some way you can't use it to your advantage.
C.J. McCollum really making a difference here.
And he's on fire from beyond the arc there. It's time to start shaping their game plan around stopping this long-range assault.
Plumlee with the steal. Westbrook against Lillard. McCollum passes to Plumlee. kicks to Lillard. There's the three. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got rebound number 12 here already in the game. In the corner, it's Westbrook. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Lillard outside. Plumlee with the screen. Back to McCollum. He feeds it to Lillard. Clock at 6. There's the triple. Bangs home the trifecta. Lillard's got 17 now, just in the second half.
And since the start of the fourth quarter, that three-point shot has just been there.
Well, they're doing a great job of working around the arc, locating the right shooter. That deep ball is a serious weapon right now.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Oladipo against McCollum. Dishes it to Westbrook. Adams with the screen on Lillard. For three, Westbrook. Rebound by the Trailblazers. The Trailblazers on offense. They're on a 12-4 run right now.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Trailblazers.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And you can mark this one down in the W column. It'll mark their 23rd of the season.
And as we get set to put this one to bed, a one-sided season series thus far, they've won 2 straight. And what a huge standout performance it was for C.J. McCollum.
Well, I stand up and applaud this performance. The way he was able to keep everybody on the same page with his passing was tremendous. True floor general out there tonight.
And a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. Laverne, he's checked in for Sabonis. Grant comes in for Roberson. Abrinas is checked in for Victor Oladipo. And Cameron Payne subbed in for Russell Westbrook. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Myers Leonard, he's checked in for Plumlee. Reese Harkless comes in for Al Farouk Aminu. Alan Crabb, he's checked in for C.J. McCollum. And it's Napier in for Damian Lillard. Napier kicks to Leonard. Shoots a three. Laverne grabs the miss. And it's Oklahoma City's ball. Payne with it. Feeds it to Adams. And no good that time. Great D that time from Leonard. Here's Napier. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. Now we'll head over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson, who's not too far away. EJ?
The 2K Sports Postgame Show.
Kevin, thank you. Superb. And now let's move on to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, C.J. McCollum. He didn't waste any time. The first quarter numbers he put up were frightening and certainly set the table for his team to prosper here tonight.
Listen, he shot lights out from the floor, and not by accident. The job he did to find the open shots, get high percentage looks, was fantastic. And when he got those open looks, he don't miss, baby. He do not miss.
Putting up 30 or more points is always an accomplishment. He ripped the defense apart. Every play they ran for him, well, it worked.
That's going to do it for our broadcast tonight. We certainly hope you've enjoyed the show, don't we, guys?
It was great.
Yeah. Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and for Kevin Harlan and the entire 2K Sports crew. All 653,000 of them.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Hard-working.
A lot of people.
Yeah. It's a long line at the buffet, though.
Yeah. Shout out to the T-Pose, man.
Yes.
I don't know his name, but I know his face.
I'm Ernie Johnson. See you next time.